All right, here we go. Yay, moist booger time. Yay, Jetslov, let's go. Dude, I can feel that my knee needs to crack like crazy.
Hey everyone, I'm Nicholas
Hi,
Weiss, a
Nick.
game designer on the
Hi,
Final Design team.
Nate.
And I'm Nate, a live balance designer on Hearthstone.
Welcome to another dev update video. Since we last saw you, we opened up
On Hearthstone.
I'm not even fucking with it. I would buy this shirt, by the way. I would 100% buy this shirt. This shirt's actually kind of tough, kind of raw.
Welcome to another dev update video. Since we last saw you, we opened up some new ways for you to connect with the Hearthstone design.
This guy's voice
To
is
change
really.
many
I'm
we
gonna try to
requested.
crack my.
We started a pre-release Tavern Brawl thread on Reddit that we used to collect your feedback, and another post to answer some questions about how things work in the new expansion.
Okay, so
Thank you to
interestingly
everyone who
enough,
contributed to those threads.
the one that I was
we try
trying
to
to
read
crack
as many
did not
comments
crack,
as we can, whether that's
but the
on
right
Reddit,
one,
our forums,
the
or
right
on various
one,
social media
my
sites.
right leg
We're
cracked
always looking
twice.
for
That
ways
was
to make
cool.
these videos better and make Hearthstone more fun for everyone. So keep that feedback coming.
I have no
All right,
idea who this guy is.
Let's get
by the
into
way.
what we have for today. We'll be talking about
I've seen
the
this guy
latest
before.
pre-release Tavern Brawl, some recent card bans, our major round of new balance updates, a brief update on Wild and Arena, and then we'll check in with Mitchell for the latest news.
Brief
for
update on
Battlegrounds.
Wild and
We've got
Arena.
a lot to cover, so let's start with the pre-release Tavern Brawl for Escape from Violet Hold.
Oh, it's just a fucking.
This time, we introduced a new format that was very different
Just
from
what
what
we
we
already
normally
saw.
do. Our
Whatever.
goal was to try something wacky and
Listening
fun
to
that
Reddit?
gave the
I
new
mean,
cards a
kinda
chance to
true, yeah.
shine.
The way it turned out, we saw you all quickly created your own metagame. This format was defined by a few
Hold on.
powerful
Let's see. Dev updates are a nice initiative. Pal and nerf, please. There it is. These updates continue to move in the right direction. That's really refreshing to see. I understand why you have to cage about a specific decision, but I also think your class will get support a few expansions from now. Is it great to hear either? But more buffs are always welcome for more writing of variability. Oh shit! Fogged is playing. My god. Alright.
hero powers like Demon Hunter and Warlock, 2-cost cards, and a tiny troublemaker.
The
capable of
Hearthstone
some big
update
burst
is
damage.
crazy.
We've got a ton of feedback about this.
Are they going to talk about the Jarger situation or not? Probably not.
Some of it good, some of it not so good. We've compiled all this data and feedback, and we'll let you know if we have any updates to this format in the future. Now, for a limited format like pre-release Tavern Brawl, we usually don't make individual balance changes, since it only runs for a short time, and we view precise balance as a bit less important than other formats. Finding silly
wonder if
combos
they-
with the cards you manage to open is part of the fun, after all. Still, cards that are too prevalent or powerful can spoil the fun in any format. So we typically use bans as a way to handle those. This is different from how we use bans in a format like Standard.
Yeah, in Standard, we
think they got
sometimes
'em all.
ban a card because it's faster for us to remove it from the pool until we can engineer a fix. We
It's a
did
great
that this
talkative
time with
explaining is always good. That's
Minesweeper
what I'm
and
saying.
Slagclaw.
These are a good
It
thing.
may seem like those decisions are made with the intent to balance, but we don't consider bugs to be a balance knob. These decisions are less about power and more about making sure the cards perform their intended effect.
Minesweeper, for example, was probably unlikely to cause any immediate balance issues, but the bug was causing its effect to be far more dramatic than we had intended it to be. It can be a confusing and frustrating experience to see a card work in an incorrect way. We do occasionally ban cards for balance reasons, but in this instance, we're more so looking to protect the overall Hearthstone experience while we're working on an actual fix.
Fun fact, I actually found the Minesweeper bug myself in my last pre-release Tavern Brawl run in a sick Beatrix deck. After testing it to make
Why the fuck is the dev taking credit for this? This is the most stupid shit that I've ever heard in my entire life. This is legitimately just such a who gives a fuck. I don't care if you say yeah, no, dev on the right has you know. I don't know which eye I'm supposed to focus on. Normally it's a dominant eye. Fun fact, I also have a lazy eye. Here, hold on. All right, ready? Ready for this? This is gonna be awesome, guys. All right, so it's this one goes like off that way. And now I'm back. And now it's lazy again. Now it's back. Hi, Chester. Yeah. What the fuck I never does? Yeah, well, I can control it. So I could just like
make sure that it worked or didn't
My
work
mom also
as
has a lazy
it
eye, but she
seemed.
can control
I
it
ended
as
up
well.
retiring
It's
that
really
run
weird.
and
I don't
reporting
know.
it to the team, but I
Yeah,
do
he's
apologize to my
self-sucking a
one
bug.
victim before I
What?
realized what was happening. But don't worry, Minesweeper and Slagclaw are now working as intended and unbanned. Now let's move on to live balance for Standard. The 36.0.3 patch notes are already online for you to read all the balance changes, so
Yeah.
we wanted to use our time here to discuss a few of the main goals
I
of
should
this
go out and
balance
get a
patch.
job.
The
True.
early stats for this expansion were interesting. We saw that there were a few standout new cards and decks popping up. Mug
Godfrey and
and Z
Wild.
Shaman, 2-cost Rogue, Tripwire Hunter, and Warp Tooth Warrior, especially at higher levels.
They say Tripwire Hunter, but they didn't really hit it that much aside from Confront the Tol'vir. But it's like, you're gonna confront the Tol'vir later in the match anyway, so why the fuck does like a 4 to 5, move matter?
Average level though, we saw more class diversity, but fewer new cards. That told us that the new expansion cards were hitting for some classes, but other classes, like Warlock and Death Knight, were struggling to find their competitive footing. So how do we square that difference?
Well, through a combination of nerfs and buffs. This balance patch is particularly notable. Through a combination of nerfs and buffs.
Footing. So how do we square that difference?
Well, through a
Wojak material? What do we think?
and buffs. This balance patch is particularly
And
notable
buffs.
because we're doing more buffs than we normally do, especially early on in a meta. I've heard a lot of
Yeah, he's so
comments online
excited,
through our
OMG.
channels about the topic of buffs, so I wanted to take a moment to address those. For any balance change, our goal is always to make Hearthstone more fun, both in the immediate metagame and also long.
Motherfucker, no, it's fucking not. Your sense of fun is, oh my god, this fat piece of shit on Reddit is complaining that his literally sit there and do fucking nothing deck is losing to cards. We need to nerf them. Dog shit. If you want it to be more fun, buff more cards. I'm sorry, that's just the reality of the situation. I don't know about you guys, but I enjoy my cards do awesome things. Just gonna put it out there.
One of the reasons we didn't buff Cho'Gall Mastermind in Warlock in the last few patches, for example, is that we think making such a disruptive card more powerful was more likely to cause frustration than fun, even if it corrected some statistical imbalances. We still want to design cards like Cho'Gall for players that enjoy that type of strategy, but as with many
I'm really trying to figure this is like his eye, this is like his seeing eye, cause when I do it, it's my right eye that's my seeing eye.
balance topics, we want to be mindful of its position within the competitive metagame.
Sometimes it
We
gets
also
really-
take into consideration future content and the overall long-term
Look,
health
guys,
of
that
Hearthstone.
inside, dude. Give me
Sometimes,
what
if
is
we
his
don't
name?
like our
Alex,
buff options
Ben-
for a class in
Ben?
a particular
Give me the cutie
meta,
back.
our best solution is to support them further in future expansions. Maybe even a few
We're just pausing the
expansions
most
down the line.
slanderous frames, dude.
Now,
You
all that
pause
said,
any.
we do know
Okay, you pause any video and like every single frame. Yeah, it seems like he's switching between, which you can, but most of the time people tend to just pick one and fucking just roll with it, you know. Check out Stu Disruptive buffed. Why did they print it? Fuck, incredible point, by the way. Incredible point. It's kind of like the Ticketus thing.
be frustrating for your favorite cards or classes you were looking forward to be weaker than you had hoped. In this patch, we do see several classes who don't have as many competitive options, especially some that were struggling last expansion as well, like the aforementioned
This has to be so awkward to just have to stand there, just wait for the other guy to, you know.
Warlock and Death Knight. In the interest of increasing meta diversity and making sure we're supporting many different types of players who enjoy Hearthstone, we're implementing a wide suite of buffs for these classes and also some others. Alright, let's start with Death Knight. Our first highlight is Blood Doctor Thelena, who's having her mana cost reduced from 5 to 4.
Ooh, from 5 to 4, guys! Oh! That changes everything! Oh my god! It's so fun now! Wow!
We expect this to buff both aggressive strategies that will use Thelena's new hero power to push extra damage, and slower strategies that will try to extract long-term value by using her hero power many times. We're also buffing Emergency Surgery. It's going to now summon 4 3/1 Necro Nurses instead of 3. This should also help out
just
those
make it
slower
start a
Death Knight
game.
strategies,
Oh
give
my
them a
fucking
bit more
God.
survivability. We're also changing the mana cost of Sawbones from 6 to 5. We saw a lot of excitement for this card when it was revealed, but it didn't land quite as powerful as we had hoped. We expect to see Sawbones used in some exciting new combo strategies, in kind of a new cool Death Knight
straight
way
up,
where
dude.
you destroy your own minions to
I would let
refresh a
her
lot of mana and draw a lot of
fucking
cards.
peel
The
me
next set of
apart.
big changes we're making is for Warlock, particularly to the big demon archetype. This archetype has the potential for huge swing turns, but it's struggled to get to those swing turns in this meta, so we're speeding them up and making them more potent. First, we're changing Morag to 9 mana. This will make him easier to prepare and start the Morag train rolling earlier. We're also
let
buffing
Morag
Inking
start a
Stooge
train
to
on
put
me.
2 8/8 demons on the bottom of your deck, and moving Annihilation to 8 mana, making your board flip earlier and more potent.
Finally, we want to talk about Priest. Perhaps the biggest change we're making in this patch is giving Azalina Soulsever a start of game effect that sets your health to 40. Since Azalina is already breaking rules, we thought, why not have her break a few more? This major boost should help players utilizing this unique effect have more time to use their opponent's cards against them. We're also giving a boost to Azalina's support cards. Enthralled Shade will be going from a 3 mana 4/3 to a
It should have
2
been an
mana
aura in my opinion. I don't give a
Now
fuck.
a reminder,
Should have
these
been an
buffs
aura.
aren't the only ones we're making. Our full patch notes will have the rest of the details.
Just like with buffs, our goal when we're weakening cards is always making Hearthstone fun. This sometimes means fine
Yeah, guys, just remember when they make Blazing Invocation, when they remove the 1 mana discount, the colossal 1 mana discount from Blazing Invocation, it's to make Hearthstone more fun. Okay? So just remember when they decide to randomly just fucking kill one of your favorite decks or one of your favorite archetypes, trust us, guys, it's because if I kill your source of fun, other people will have more fun. It's like the bike cuck comic.
tuning numbers based on data, sometimes addressing frustrating cards or moments based on player feedback, and sometimes just shifting the rotation of power so that different cards and classes can have their moments. In this patch, we're hitting Vanessa the Ringleader, Lotus Troublemaker, Blazing Invocation,
By the way, so Vanessa was like, from what I recall, a problem card into Rogue. So if they just hit the Vanessa, they wouldn't have probably had to hit the Monkey. But here's the issue. They cut the fucking damage of the they didn't just like slap it on the wrist. They fucking eviscerated it. They chopped its damage literally in half. No hyperbole there. Actually just straight up cut its damage in half.
Confront the Tol'vir.
The monkey works in deck too? What the fuck it doesn't? No. Surely not. Surely not. Wasn't it when this card is in your hand? Or did they just finally change that? And now it works in deck. Oh, while in hand or deck, play cards for... Oh, okay. That's not as bad of a change as I thought. I didn't read that one very...
and Warptooth. You know, I was actually the Hogger rule breaker that was double Warptoothing creators on the Theory Crafting stream.
Again? You're really taking this whole rule breaker thing to heart, aren't you, Nick?
Theory Craft. Oh, I was actually the Hogger rule breaker that was double Warptoothing creators on the Theory Crafting stream.
This guy has literally sucked his own fucking dick twice. Nobody knows who this guy is. Why the fuck? We don't give a shit. We don't fucking care if you were the guy that's like, dude, OMG, I'm warp-toothing creators stop hating on a self-suck king. Fuck you, dude. Remember, monkey now does like 10 times the damage you did before because I can't draw before turn 15. Okay, all right. That's I think you're ruining your day. So quirky.
Again? You're really taking this whole rule breaker thing to heart, aren't you, Nick?
The Theory Crafting stream.
Again? You're really taking this whole rule breaker thing to heart.
Toothing creators on the Theory Craft. Oh, I was actually Blazing Invocation, Confront the Tol'vir, and Warptooth. You know, I was actually the Hogger rule breaker that was double Warptoothing creators on the Theory Crafting stream.
Again? You're really taking this whole rule breaker thing to heart, aren't you, Nick? Anyway, I wanted to talk about why we're making these nerfs. Broadly, these reductions in power...
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, bro. We don't give a fuck about your personality. You are developers. You design the fucking cards. We care about the cards. Stop, like, being quirky, Chungus. I fucking hate millennials so goddamn much. It's unreal.
Are to help us keep outlier decks in check and help promote class diversity alongside our buffs. Diving into some specifics with the reasons that Nick mentioned, starting with Vanessa. Vanessa the Ringleader is a statistical outlier, as she's an exceptionally strong card to have in your opening hand. In design, we often call this a mulligan outlier, which basically means the win rate of the card if you have it in your opening hand after the mulligan process. We know these kinds of outliers can cause some frustration, since it can feel like an opening hand dictates the entire course of the game. For these reasons, we're changing Vanessa from 6 mana 4/4 to a 7 mana 4/3. This should help her hit the board a little later and also make her easier to remove once she's there. Next, I want to talk about Blazing Invocation. Blazing Invocation is also the strongest mulligan win rate card in its deck, Mug Shaman. It's also the strongest drawn win rate card. Drawn win rate is the win rate of a card when it's drawn during any point in the game. It's a common data point we use to estimate overall card power. Because of that, we're removing Blazing Invocations. It costs 1 less discount to bring it and Mug Shaman into
By the way, I don't know.
It costs 1 less discount.
By the way, Okay, legitimately, this might just be me. This is one of my biggest pet peeves. Whenever someone does this, but they just keep fucking... You know what I mean?
Overall
like, that's just like...
Because of that,
everybody
we're
does
removing
that.
Blazing Invocations. It costs 1.
Why the quotation? I'm just curious why people always do the quotation over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, right? So, like, if I were to say costs 1 less, I would say costs 1 less, you know, boom, done. That's the quoted part.
Less discount to bring it and Mug Shaman into line.
The
next stuff I want to talk about is Lotus Troublemaker. Lotus Troublemaker actually
program.
doesn't look like that
don't
much
give
of
a
an
fuck.
individual statistical outlier, but it's important we make balance changes to cards that cause frustration regardless of their numbers.
There's no fucking
We're going to be
way.
changing Lotus Troublemaker so that it only deals 1 damage instead of 2, but allowing its effect to upgrade both in your hand and in your deck. This should help reduce the failure variance of how
Cosmic,
powerful
I don't like
Troublemaker
that.
is when it's drawn early, while still allowing him to be a strong finisher for the 2-cost rogue deck. Our nerf to Warptooth is a bit of both. A statistical outlier in how quickly it can snowball games, and frustrating for the same reason. As such, we're increasing the total number of friendly characters that need to be damaged.
I mean, this card is fucking dead, by the way. This card is unbelievably fucking dead. This kills it. Going from 3 to 4, yeah, this card's pretty dead.
From 3 to 4 before Warptooth is summoned. Finally, we're similarly nerfing Confront the Tulvir to keep Hunter in line and reduce how overwhelming it can feel. That's all for our live balance for Standard, but I don't know.
You know what? Let me check something, because I want to see if Flair has commented on Confront the Tulvir being nerfed, by the way. I want to see if he's on Suicide Watch, because he quits Hearthstone, and then he comes back to Hearthstone, and then he quits Hearthstone again, and then he comes back, and then he says that Hearthstone's terrible, and that people should apparently, throw a wrench caliber at fucking, Blizzard HQ. All he said was, Odd Hunter is back clueless, and wow, clearly Blizzard didn't balance test this. Clearly this makes even DK broken. I mean, surely playing Yeti is just so broken in 2026 of my Rifa. You know what? Fuck it. That one gets a like from me. That one's good. I like that. That's good.
I don't know about you, Nick, but I fancy myself a bit of a wild enjoyer, so why don't you tell us a little bit about what's happening on that side of the client? Fancy myself a bit of a wild enjoyer. Our live balance for Standard, but I don't know about you, Nick, but I fancy myself a bit of a wild enjoyer, so why don't you
Bro, he is so awkward in his movements. It's actually admirable. Remember they did a leak stream once and he got told supposed to kill it? Yeah, I mean,
Can you tell us a little bit about what's happening on that side of the client?
Warlock's dominance in the wild format has increased with Escape from Violet Hold, as Godfrey the Betrayer is a powerful inclusion in many existing decks. So much so that we're going to...
in BMH.
ban Godfrey and Wild. Since Warlock was also dominant even before Godfrey, we're giving it a couple other nerfs too. Elven Boar, an honorary member of the Warlock class,
What is
will
the
now
one with the
require
laser?
10 boars to die before you can equip the ultimate sword of 1,000 troops.
I also have a laser.
and the
We are not
Solarium
meeting the
will be going
allegations.
from 1 mana to 2 mana. Finally, we're also nerfing Swift Scale Trickster from 4 mana 2/2 to a 6 mana 4/4 to slow down how fast Quasar Rogue can get its engine online. We'll be taking another look at Wild once we see how things settle after we tear down the wall of Warlock.
On top of all that standard and wild balance, let's touch on Arena a bit. We've heard your feedback around the current Arena season, and that it's felt like there's not enough new cards being offered.
Okay, so I know that people always say, like, oh, this is the worst meta ever. Oh, this is the worst meta ever. Isn't Arena just, like, very consistently actually just getting more and more dog shit with every single passing, like, update and whatever the fuck? Am I wrong on that? I swear to God... This is actually the worst meta. It's like, hold on. Let me find the video. It's like, Dante's ADC worst season. Dante's every season is the worst season. Fuck, dude, I can't fucking find the video. You know what? I might have it saved, honestly. I might just have that one saved. It's so good, it's relevant. Hold on. Don't lose interest! I don't have the Dante's video. What the fuck? I don't know. Okay. Dante's. Found it. We're saved. Completely saved.
Dantes, is this the worst season for ADC? Yes or no? Every season's the worst fucking season for ADCs, apparently. Every season! ADC's so weak! And then they're the 1v9 every game. Every ADC's above 50%.
Yeah. Anyway. Yep. That was worth the wait.
In the draft. So we'll be upping the occurrence rate of all Escape from Violet hold cards.
Every
In the
season
future,
is the worst
whenever
season.
new cards are added to Arena, they'll launch when these boosted rates, and then be brought back in line with other cards on the next major patch.
That's all we have for live balance. As always, we'll be watching closely to see how these changes play out once you get a chance to try them. Before we wrap up though, let's hand things over to our Battlegrounds lead designer for a quick update.
Thanks, Nick. Hello, everyone. I'm Mitchell, lead designer on Battlegrounds, and I'm here to give you a sneak peek of what's coming to Battlegrounds in the new season. We have a gift for you all, a dark gift. There are 2 new mechanics to look forward to, dark gifts, and a new keyword called activate. You may be familiar with dark gifts from Standard, but we're putting a new spin on them in the Battlegrounds. But that's all I'm going to say for now. You're going to have to stay tuned to learn more about it later. The new season will also be removing anomalies to make room for the new mechanics. As a quality of life update, we're condensing the display of all numbers 4 digits or greater to help make it easier to see your warbands. Thanks, Nick. Hello, everyone. I'm Mitchell, lead designer on Battlegrounds, and I'm here to give you a sneak peek of what's coming to Battlegrounds in the new season. We have a gift for you all, a dark gift.
Oh! Fuck, dude! It's just, that was low-key thumbs-up. Fuck off, bro. By the way, wait, isn't this his right finger? What does the right ring finger indicate? Right ring finger ring meaning. What is a ring? Wearing a ring in the right finger often symbolizes personal empowerment, independence, and self-commitment in Western cultures.
there are 2 new mechanics to look forward to, Dark Gifts, and a new keyword called Activate. You may be familiar with Dark Gifts from Standard, but we're putting a new spin on them in the Battlegrounds.
Okay, this is really random. He has like very womanly eyes. He's got nice ass eyelashes, man.
But that's all I'm going to say for now. You're going to have to stay tuned to learn more about it later. The new season will also be removing anomalies to make room for the new mechanics.
Look.
As a quality of life update, the season will also be removing anomalies to make room for the new mechanics. As a quality of life
very
update,
womanly
we're
eyes.
condensing the display of all numbers 4 digits or greater to help make it easier to see your warbands. Oh hey.
But that's so unfun. But that's legitimately so unfun. Everybody wanted to see the big jarble of numbers.
Those weird sparkles. Don't worry about it. The next dev update will be more focused on Battlegrounds.
I really hope
so I'll be back with
that
even
they
more
make that opt-in. Maybe because of the shirt colors? I wasn't going to say anything, but I will say that that was legitimately the first thing that I noticed. I saw that. I saw the eyes and I went...
share soon. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the tavern. I'll be... don't worry about it.
Should have made that 6-7, by the way. I don't even give a fuck. Should have made this 6-7. What was it, 50k plus WD who had the big board until the Peninsula? Yeah. Well, like, yeah, my radar went off. But anyway, alright.
The next dev update will be more focused on Battlegrounds, so
Let's look at his lips.
I'll be back with even more to share soon. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the tavern.
I have my suspicions. I have my suspicions. What the fuck? Copyright, trademark, and register? Jesus Christ. I got the whole fucking 9 yards up there. Yo, Steven learns he's in a simulation. Let's see what Fogged is doing. Hold on.
As long as
YouTube
I'm not,
watch
like,
partying now.
silly and zap with
Bro,
playing it,
what the
then
fuck is he playing, by the way?
Ooh, Booger, what the heck are you talking about? How you doing, bro?
Oh, hello there. Click on this right here if you would like to see another video or visit my channel. All these names listed are my YouTube channel members. If you would like your name added to this list and get to see my videos early, please click on the join button underneath this video, and thank you so much for watching.